ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनं। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a very warm welcome. We have seen earlier Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji, Sita ji and Lakshman ji, they went and reached Atri Rishi's ashrama, and Atri Rishi very much came forward running as though, and when Atri Rishi came forward, Ramchandra ji also came a little faster and then wanted to prostrate to the Maharishi. At that time, Atri Rishi held him and then embraced him, took him inside, gave him the seat and etc. and then sang the glory of Bhagavan. This we saw in the previous session. He asked him for a boon in the Doha, what we saw. Charana sarorha nath jani kabahu tajai mati mora The boon was, at no given period of time in this life, my mind should go away from the devotion to your lotus feet. And Bhagavan also blessed him, and then we saw how Anasuyaji, the Patini of Atri Maharishi, wanted to take Sitaji inside. So she calls her politely, and Sitaji very devotedly goes to Anasuyaji. Now, before we go into this very important part, one small reminder we may say. In this Ramayan, the dharma of everyone is being pointed out time and again. In Balakanda, we saw the Bala Dharma, Shishya Dharma, isn't it? How should a Shishya be? How should he respond to his teacher? Now, in Aranyakand, we saw the Dharma of a youth, isn't it? A true warrior, we saw in Aranyakand. And we also saw what is a Dharma, very beautifully portrayed by Bharata, the youngster, who has to take charge his life. He was asked to be the king, but he said, no, that is not Dharma. Even though he had every right to become the king, he said, no, that is not Dharma. Therefore, he took charge. In a manner of saying he did not listen to the guru or the mother, etc., because it is against Dharma. And therefore, he took charge of his life, he took charge of the situation, condition, and he came to Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. So, as a youth, he did his Dharma. As a Balaka, all of them lived the Dharma of obedience. Obeying the parents, obeying the guru, teacher, elders. And in Aranyakand, the Yuva Dharma was seen. In Aranyakanda, now we will see the Stri Dharma or the Pativrata Dharma. More particularly, Stri Dharma was pointed out by Sitaji's mother. You remember? Sitaji's mother spoke to Sitaji. Sunayanaji. She spoke to Sitaji about what is Stri Dharma before leaving Mithila Nagari, Janakpuri, when she came to Ayodhya. Now here what is pointed out is Pativrata Stri Dharma, very particular. And it is very, very, very important for us to listen carefully. The Tapobala of Anasuyaji brought Ganga down here, and it is now called Mandakini Nadi. Now that Tapasvi Anasuya, the one who has tremendous power, is also at the top as the Pativrata Stri. And such a great woman, very elderly, and Sitaji is very young. Therefore, it is definitely appropriate on Anasuyaji, who is a wonderful Pativrata Stri, and to give wonderful guidelines, wonderful advices to Sitaji. Now, we will have lot of people who may be listening, where they may have lot of doubts. Swamiji, now you are talking of Stri Dharma. What about men? That will be indicated later. Right now, Stri Dharma is pointed out. Therefore, listen carefully. While you are listening, listen to what it is said and understand what is being said. Earlier, Bala Dharma was indicated. Then Shishya Dharma, obey. Then somebody will ask, Swamiji, if you are talking about Shishya Dharma, what about Guru Dharma? That is, those are indicated. We have seen a few earlier, we will also see later. Right now, Shishya Dharma was pointed out. Listen, obey. Now, Stri Dharma is indicated. Don't ask, what about Purusha Dharma? That will be indicated later. Alright, now listen to Stri Dharma. The motherly affection in Anasuyaji and the love she had for Sitaji and Ramchandraji, Lakshmanji, of course, and the most pious woman, Anasuyaji, is it is in place for her to give such a beautiful, we may call it discourse, we may call it advice, we may call it tips, guidelines to Sitaji. Very interesting. We will see that. In the name of Sitaji, she is actually giving it to the entire world. That is very important. And Shastras, whenever we learn, it is for us. And not for pointing out at others. Please, I have told this several times. It is not to point out at others. It is to point out towards ourselves and check whether we are in the right path. If not, turn. If required, take a U-turn. And the Shastras by itself approve and consider such a person who takes a U-turn from the wrong path and takes to the right path, which we also do even in a normal course. You drive from here, let us say from Mysuru to Bengaluru. And suddenly, instead of going towards Bengaluru, you turn towards some other place, Pandavpura, somewhere you turned. Then what do? And there is no direct route connecting. Then what you? You take a U-turn, come reverse and take the right path. You will reach Bengaluru. Similarly, sadhana. There is nothing wrong. If you have gone on the wrong path, okay, you have already gone. Then nothing can be done. It cannot be undone. It cannot be reversed. Then what you do? No problem. Leave it there, take a U-turn, come back and go to the right path. What is this coming back? Coming back is the understanding of the fact that we were wrong. And taking a sankalpa, taking a decision to turn towards the right and with a steadfast attitude, move on the right path. This is definitely accepted by the Shastras. It is valid. And it is also said, if you have honestly taken to the right path, the past is just wiped out. If we are sincere, if we are truthful, then the past is wiped out by Bhagavan himself. He will bless us to gain more strength, more courage, vitality to walk in the right direction towards the ultimate destination. Having said that, every dharma points out at the appropriate occasion for us to listen and change our attitude. And here, in this particular place, we will find the Pativrata Stri Dharma being pointed out, which will help us to analyze our own self. Remember, all the jnana in the Shastras is for me. When I say me, you for yourself, he for himself, she for herself. It is for us. Right? Now we will read. Anusuya ke padagahi sita mili bahori susila binita ऋषिपतिनी मन सुख अधिकाई आशीष देई निकट बैठाई दिव्य बसन भूषण पहिराये जे नित नूतन अमल सुहाये कह ऋषि बधू सरस मृदु बानी, नारी धर्म कछु ब्याज बखानी, मातु पिता भ्राता हितकारी, मिति प्रद सब सुनु राजकुमारी, अमित दानी भरता भय देहि, अधम सुनारी जो सेवन तेहि, धीरज धर्म मित्र अरुनारी, आपद काल परिखियहि चारी, वृद्ध रोग बस जड़ धनहीना, अंध बधिर क्रोधी अति दीना, ऐसे पति कर किए अपमाना, नारी पाव जमपुर दुख नाना, एक ही धर्म एक व्रत नेमा, काय बचन मन पति पद प्रेमा. We will see up to here and then we'll continue. It's quite a long one, as I told you. Aranyakanda is of varied sizes. And while I am saying that, let me indicate to you, even our classes will not be exactly 45 minutes as we planned. Sometimes it will be a little, we may end a little earlier to take it up in the next class. And sometimes it may spill over a little more. Please understand, according to the requirement, we go. Alright. Now we will stop here. We will see this. And then there is a next topic in the same topic. There is another subtopic kind of a thing, which we will take it up after looking at this. Anasuya ke padagahi Sita. When Mata Anasuya called Sita ji, come. Sita ji went and she touched her feet in a matter of she held her feet and she did namaskara. Mili bahuri susila binita. And Anasuya is so soft, so caring and very, very good natured, modest. Rishi Patni manasuka adhikayi. Rishi Patni Anasuya ji felt extremely pleased at heart. Asishadeyi nikata baithayi. She blessed her. Asishadeyi nikata baithayi. She called her and made her sit next to her. See, this is a very beautiful, Earlier also we saw Ramchandraji was called and made to sit next to him. And here Rishi Patni, she calls Sitaji and makes Sitaji sit next to her only to indicate the amount of love they have. Divya Basana Bhushana Pahirai. She also gave lot of Bhushana, ornaments and robes. Now when we say Bhushan and Vastra, it is not that she gave her only the royal Vastra and all gold jewelry, etc., etc. Appropriate. Because she understands. Now the divine, celestial and appropriate types of ornaments and garments together. Saubhagyavati Stri. Saubhagyavati Stri, Bhagavati Sitaji. Now she was given all that. Jenita Nutana Amala Suhai. And very interestingly told, those ornaments, those clothes, Nita Nutana, it was ever new. No need of washing, ironing, etc. It was ever new. Amala Suhai, clean and very charming. It is said Anasuya ji knew that now Sita ji has come out of the palace. Remember, she is a great tapasvi and she could foresee what might happen, but cannot be told at this particular period of time. Therefore, what she did, she gave such things which will be useful. Now, when we will see that later, when Ravana had to come and kidnap her, Sita ji said, wait, I will pack my things and come. I will take all my clothes and all the toiletries, cosmetics, everything, and then I will come. You wait. No. Is it not? She just went with the cloth that she was wearing, she was taken, rather, kidnapped. So she gave such clothes which will never become soiled or crippled or something like that. It was ever new, ever charming, ever beautiful. J. Nitanutana Amala. Clean all the time. And Suhaye, very charming clothes, Anasuyaji gave Sitaji. How beautiful, isn't it? Kaharishi Badhu Sarasa Mridubani. Now, affectionately, Rishi Badhu, that wonderful holy woman, she Sarasa Mridubani, with lot of beautiful, soft, mild tones, she spoke. Nari dharma kachu byaja bakhani. She said, I will now tell you. Now it is said Nari dharma. We also said Nari dharma actually was given by Sunayana when she was leaving. But here, though it is said Nari dharma, it is in particular Pativrata dharma is what she was going to speak. And later she says, as I told you, later she says, this is not just for you, it is for the whole world that I am talking. Sitaji does not require these, please. Now see, all the knowledge that are given in the Shastras are not for the people who have already realized the self, the truth, God. For them nothing is required. For whom is it said? Though it is said by a Rishi to his Shishya or Sri Krishna to Arjuna, etc., it is meant for all of us. Isn't it? So she makes a mention later, it is not for you, for the world, for the good of the world. I am saying this, that she will tell later. But however, still I will tell you a few points. Please note is what Anasuyaji says. Matu pita bhrata hitakari mita prada sab sunu raja kumari. Hey Rajakumari, Sita, Sunu, listen. Matu, mother. Pita, father. Bhrata, brother. Hitakari, well-wishers. All of them, mitaprada sabasun. Mitaprada means they will only bestow that which is very limited, which is finite. Measurable joy. That joy which they give are measurable, are finite, limited. But amitadani bharta baya dehi. The husband, however, bestows unlimited joy, unlimited love. Please note, while listening to this, it is very understandable that many of you might question this statement. It has got lots to think for yourself. Husband is the one who gives tremendous amount of joy. Though in the modern world they are very, very time bound and then very limited, etc., etc., because it is not taken in the right way it has to be taken. Because of the excessive demand, desperate need, uncontrolled requirement of lust, passion, pleasure, even the physical comforts, bungalow, all these actually brings down the quality and quantum of love between the husband and the wife. Therefore, all these statements appears to be not practical. But even today, I can vouch that there are couples who live like celestial gods. Meaning what? So wonderful, so beautiful. It is possible if both husband and wife consider the actual need. What is that actual need? Pure love. That will take care of everything. But our love is contaminated with wants, demands. It is not just need. Because of the wants and demands, which very many times is not, accomplished due to various reasons, practical or impractical. Due to various reasons, whatever we demand may not be accomplished. Therefore, there is a gap. And that gap actually promotes lot of negative feelings. And negative feelings normally increases the gap, widens the gap. And whatever the other person says becomes a fault, becomes a flaw. And then you will find the rest of the life is pain, is suffering. Think. The wife has got so many demands. The husband also has got so many demands. The wife says, I want this, I want that, I want jewelry, I want to travel to various countries, I want to do this, I want to have this. The husband has got demands. What is the demand? He doesn't want the wife to ask for all these things. Think. When the husband is not capable of providing, then the wife says, you are incapable. And then naturally there is a gap, and both of them, when they are unable to get that pure love, that wonderful relationship at home, it is but common, at least in the modern world, that they seek the joy outside. When it is not provided inside, you seek outside. My mentor, Param Pujya Swami Brahmananji would say, if proper tasty food is not provided at home, then alone man goes to the hotel. Is it not? Understand? Of course, today we go to hotel for so many other reasons. Generally, one particular very important factor, if things are not available at home, you seek it outside. When pure love, pure joy alone, which is the real requirement, is not found at home, then we will find people spilling outside, moving outside, seeking outside, searching outside, demanding from outer world. And thereby, there is so much of chaos in the society. Think. Amita dana bharta bayadehi. Bharta amita. Husband can give unlimited joy if the demand, this is within brackets, if the demands are achievable, he is able to give. But the demands, when it goes outside, it becomes pain for both. And so many cases, we find the husbands commit suicide, or the wives commit suicide, either for demanding or not being able to provide. Whatever, it can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be intellectual, it can be spiritual. And we also find in very many cases, people escape to spirituality because they are unable to find a solution to the laukika jivana. Then what? Spirituality, it is not an escapism. Spirituality genuinely is our purpose of human life, but spirituality is not an escape boat for people who want happiness in the world, not able to get that. Escape to spirituality is absolute foolishness. Think. Now, when I am unable to get, when I seek outside, then it is absolutely wrong. And that is what she is saying. Adhama so nari jo sevana tehi. Adhama, wicked. Adhama is a very strong word in spiritual science. Wicked is that lady who is unable to serve her husband without any demands, but for the sake of pure love. So, Anasuyaji says, Vaidehi, so nari, that nari, jo sevanatehi, who does not serve her husband properly. We will see so many details are being given. Dharma Shastra has got a very interesting thing. Dharma Shastras say, now please be very attentive and don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump to conclusions because Shastras cannot be wrong. We have to understand the Shastras properly. Dharma Shastra says, man is always on the losing side and woman is always on the gaining side. This is not what the Laukika people talk with reference to all the petty, paltry things and beings. No. Shastras say, man is always on the losing side and woman is always on the gaining side. How? I am not saying this. Shastras are saying, please. Whatever punya karma the man acquires, please be very, very attentive. Whatever punya karma man acquires, half of the punya karma goes to the wife. But whatever punya karma wife does, it remains with her. He doesn't get. Shastras say, not me, please. Alright. Shastras say, punya karma done by the husband, half of it goes to the wife, but the punya karma done by the wife remains with her. Oh, Swamiji, what about papa karma? Ulta. Whatever papa karma man does remains with him. Whatever papa karma woman does, half of it comes to him. So in either way, woman is the receiver, benefactor. Think. Therefore, the Stri Dharma calls for careful action. Very scrutinized action. Think. Now people don't think that, oh, this is modernized Ramayan. No. Dharma Shastras talk about it. And we will also see in very many cases. Why very many cases? Most of the cases, woman is at the receiving end. Even in these days also, women always get a soft corner. You know that? You see, all of us must be experiencing. Women has always got a soft corner. Man, compared to woman, is treated just like that. Right? Man, he can take care of himself. Women, somebody has to take care. So they consider women as the, in a manner of saying, now don't get offended. I am only telling what is there in the Shastras and what is happening outside. In a manner of saying, women is considered a little weaker section. Why? Because of the fact the physical strength cannot be at par. Please note, physical strength cannot be at par. Though, today in our Punya Bhumi Bharata, Nari Shakti is brought up. Today women also can fly. The fighter jets people fly. Isn't it? Women fly. A very, very wonderful thing that has happened in India, in Bharata. Isn't it? And everywhere women are given proper, position, which they are doing excellent. However, when it comes to certain issues, one has to agree that men are at a higher pedestal. And this is the creation of the Lord for a purpose. It is not partiality. It is made for a purpose. If both becomes very strong, then there will be Kurukshetra every day. Even otherwise it is there, no anyway, but differently. It will be a Kurukshetra, physical war every day. Isn't it? And Stree is made to be mild, soft, accommodative. She is the shock absorber of the house, isn't it? Patience. In every house, the Matrudevo Bhava, that is why first is Matrudevo Bhava, then only Pitrudevo Bhava. The first is Mata. She forbears everything, keeps everyone together, and makes life so beautiful. That men don't have. That patience men don't have. Exceptions are stained, and exceptions prove the rule. Isn't it? So there are certain things which women are at a higher pedestal, and there are certain things which men are at a higher pedestal. Together make life beautiful. Think. Now, having said that, Dhiraja Dharma Mitra Arunari. Dhiraja, fortitude, patience, being calm. Wait for an opportunity, and all these are tested during difficult times. Now look at that statement. Apadakala parikhiya chari. All these are tested not when everything is fine. The patience of the women, the valor of the men, valor not physical valor, boxing, no. The strength, the inner strength, the boldness, the bravery, an ability to face any challenge in life, maybe physically or emotionally or intellectually. Together, they can run a very beautiful, very loving, very successful life, but that is tested only in difficult times. Apadakala parikhiyahi chari. All of them, what is that? Dhiraja, fortitude, strength, patience. Dharma, righteousness, the integrity, the character of a person. Dharma, mitra, friend, the friendliness. Well-wisher, we may say. Friendliness. A friend in need is a friend indeed. These are all very good statements. But it has to be tested when Apadakala, at the time of testing time, how many friends come to your hand? How many friends give up all their comfort and come to help you? Normally anything can happen, but Apadakala is what is tested. Arunari, and even woman. When it comes to friend, we will see a very beautiful section in Kishkinda Kanda. We will see there. And all are tested in difficult times. And those who is loyal, truthful, sincere, loving, caring, in spite of situations and not because of situations. Please note. To be happy, to be loving, to be caring, to be helpful, all are very beautifully possible when nothing is happening, no problem is there. When everything is fine, everything will be fine. But when the testing time comes, how many of them escape? How many of them seek secondary support? How many of them seek the pleasure outside, not having patience within? Is all tested only when Apat Kala comes. So the integrity both of the men and of the women is tested not when everything is fine with them, only when there are You know, frankly speaking, these are all situations which has to be handled, no doubt. And it can be handled. It should be handled. Otherwise, we mishandle. And when we mishandle the situation, the cracks come. And very, very, very rarely these cracks, it is like, a crack in a mirror. You may put, Fevicol or Araldite or something, some adhesive. You may fix the mirror, but you can never change the line of the crack. They say, isn't it? Life is also like that. If I am unable to accommodate the cracks in the family, whether with the husband or with the in-laws, very much in particular, see, all of us work with our own ego. Please be attentive, and two, please don't get offended. I am only saying what is happening, what is being told in the Shastra. Alright. All of us work with our own ego. Sometimes I repeat many things. That is only to help you understand more in case you have forgotten. Don't think that I don't know anything else to speak, but certain repetitions are very important for you to understand. Gurudev used to say, before engagement, she speaks, he listens. After engagement, he speaks, she listens. After marriage, they speak, neighbors listen. And after retirement, neighbors speak, they listen. This is part of life. Is it not? To remain in such a fashion that I don't consider my ego as important than the other, but at the same time, give up, let go of that ego and work towards the beautiful coexistence, they say. Isn't it? With the other. Give up your ego for the other. And the other also give up his or her ego for this person. Thus, parasparam bhavayantaha shreyaha paramavapsyatha, it is said. Together when it is done, then such a family is eternally happy. But the thing does not remain like that. 99 out of 100 cases, ego comes up. When? After 6 months or 1 year, when all the excitements in life are over. With due respects, please. When all that excitement, demand, anticipation, all that is over, when you come down to normal pattern of life, then the ego slowly comes up. Hey, earlier, whatever I say, you were listening. Now, you are not listening to what I say. You are not giving me what I want. You are not doing what I say. I. Now what has happened? Parasparam abhavayantaha. Each one does not agree to the other. Simple, petty things also. Very small things also they fight. Why can't you do this way? Actually, very interesting, note this point. Earlier, I would never have thought of the opposite part of that particular sequence or that particular issue. The moment he says, I create the opposition. Or whenever she says, I want to do differently. Why should I listen to him? Why should I listen to her? Very simple things. In fact, all are only situations, petty, paltry situations. But in that small thing, when I bring my ego, the same small crack becomes bigger and bigger, and then it breaks. Later, everything will become an issue. And finally, either people divorce and go, or people live and suffer the rest of the life, or even beat each other. Think. Or the last option, commit suicide. Now, That is why it is said, when father, mother, brother can give only limited joy, it means to say they have limitations in the approach towards the girl child. Whereas a husband even gives a little more, he can give unlimited happiness. Physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually also. We even have so many couples who are together fully involved in one of the spiritual organizations, and they become the pillar of the organization. But when the ego comes in, even though it was a pillar, the pillar also develops crack. Think. Therefore, apadakala parikhiyahi chari, when situation, when adversities come, it is then the love alone will take care. Ego will never take care. Think. That the wife understands the husband. The husband understands the situation with the wife, and then together they come. Night times they might argue certain issues, but after that they say, it is okay, let us come to a conclusion. The shock absorbers of life, if it is active, then everybody will be patient, accepting and understanding and embracing with love, not because of anything, in spite of anything. Both husband and wife. Normally we find wife wants husband to understand, husband wants wife to understand. And then when they both don't understand each other properly, what happens is misunderstanding. Misunderstanding is the cause for all confusions of life. Again, it is no problem as long as there is no problem. How do we handle ourselves when time comes is where the test of the pudding, they say. What is the test of the pudding here? Test comes only when adversities come. Apadakala parikhiyahi chari. All these, what are they? Dhiraja, Dharma, Mitra, Arunari. All the four is tested at the time of adversities. Buddha roga basa jada dhanahina andha badira krodhi atidina. A woman who treats her husband with disrespect, even talks to others about him, complains about him. It may be true or false, that is immaterial. Think. And even though he is old, even though he may be sick, very many times elderly people, definitely immunity is much less, and therefore they cough. Oh, he coughs. Doctor comes and he says, "Sir, your coughing is much easier compared to last week." He says, "Yes, I was practicing the whole night." Even when he is old, when he is sick, when he is dull-witted, he may not be that intelligent as the wife may be. He may be poor. He may not have money. In fact, the people who have got lots of money have got much more problem, much more conflicts. This is what we see in life. So money is not at all an issue. He may be poor. He may be blind. Now see, Briddha means old age. Rogabasa, sick. Jada, dull-witted. Dhanahina, he may be poor. Andha, blind. Badhira, deaf. Krodhi, who gets angry for, at the drop of the hat, they say. At every pretext, he'll get angry. Atidina, helpless. He may be anything. ऐसे हु पति कर किए अपमाना. But the one who, that wretched woman we say in the Loka Bhasha, who, what to say, who insults, speaks ill. Such a woman, Nari Pava Jama Pura Dukha Nana, very dangerous statement. He says that such a woman will go to hell, the abode of Yama, and there she will be tortured. She will be tormented, suffering. Please note, this is being said to the woman. Here it is for women. Listen. To the men, in fact, this also applies to the men. Though here it is said for the woman, it may also apply to the men. Ehi dharma eka pratanema. This only duty the woman has. What is that duty? That sacred vow which she has taken during the Mangala Sutra Dharana. And that particular occasion when she is being tied with the Mangalya. That vow is a sacred vow. And this ability to take care of the man is the penance of a woman. Eka dharma, eka pratanema. There is nothing else for her than taking care of her husband. Accept all his limitations. Accept his inabilities, if any. Not imagined inability. Think. And Kaya Bachana Mana Pati Pada Prema. Beautifully said. Kaya, physically devoted. Bachana, in speech. Mana, at heart, in your mind. And Pati Pada Prema, the one who has love to the lotus feet of her husband. She is the best woman. And in the next section, which we are yet to read, please note, very interesting, one important point I would like to say and conclude. This advice is given by a woman to the woman, not a man to the woman. The woman, Anasuya, a great Nari, Pativrata Stri, is giving advice to Sita ji, Pativrata Stri, not by a man to woman. Now, she gives 4 types of Pativrata Stri. Very, 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 very strong words are being used. And one must listen to such words. That will definitely, if at all we are in the wrong path, that is why I started with that. If at all we are in the wrong path, there is nothing wrong in returning and turning towards the right path. Alright, having said that, we will see to the 4 types of Pativrata Nari tomorrow. Alright. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।